Good afternoon, everyone. It's Anika Menon from hearthealthbrainhealth.com, encouraging healthy grieving and mindful actions. Today, I'm at the lakeshore in Oakville, and I wanted to make one more video about Bali travel. And I want to make sure that you know that I had just made that video about travel. I want to just elaborate a little bit because one of the things that anyone would notice when they're traveling in general, but certainly now I know Bali, or I seem to understand a little bit, and something that I can share with you is that you're going to find drivers. In terms of a lot of times when I was looking initially, I thought, will I be able to find a driver when I need a driver? And there's this great phone app that's called Gojek. And of course, if you need any information on that, please get in touch with me. And otherwise, you'll find it easily on the web. But what I'm going to make sure that you know also is that it is easy to make connections with people who are drivers. And in my time in Bali, I definitely found two fantastic drivers. And there was one that I started with initially, and there's another one that when I moved to a different area of Bali, he was fantastic. So both of these people were fantastic, and I will put their links just under this video. I'm not making any shares or any profit from this, but I thought that at least if you have a couple of names in mind of people I know and trust that really helped me in this time. So for you, when you get to Bali, you will notice that no matter where you book your hotels, there's usually a driving service that's part of the hotels or the places that you will stay. And so often, just on the bookings themselves, I'll ask you, do you need a ride from the airport? And then once you're actually at a hotel or a place to stay, a homestay, anything, you will find that the people that own the place will let you know that, oh, we've got a driver in case you need to go to any sites or you need to go to any particular destination or an appointment or meet a friend or anything, even if there's just a place you want to see. And as I'm attacked by bugs and geese everywhere here, I don't know if you hear them, but there's lots of geese, and it's lovely because I see babies and I see families, and it's a beautiful, beautiful day. And this is something you'll see in Bali too. You'll see babies and families on bikes, as I mentioned in my previous video. But again, in having someone to drive you when you need is so useful and so important because, again, when you use services, it's kind of like calling a cab service that you will wait for the person who's closest to you to get to you. And oftentimes when we're traveling, there's a comfort and familiarity. And this is why I'm putting these two names just under this video, that these two people were really comfortable to travel with, but not only comfortable, but fun. And this is the thing, that no matter who I traveled with in Bali, no matter who I had as a driver, it was always kind and considerate. So I did not have any driver at all that was not comfortable for me. At the same time, there were drivers that were really fun and lighthearted and curious and really eager to share information either about Bali or learn information about my experience and that sort of idea. And it's such a wonderful thing to be driven somewhere that you want to go or curious about going to or need to go to, and are entertained through that time because of easy conversation. So this is why I'm putting these two names down here. I thought I'd share a quotation with you too, and this is by Charles Schulz. And Charles Schulz we might know of as the creator of Snoopy and Charlie Brown, and so this quotation might be familiar to you. It says, in life, it's not where you go, it's who you travel with. It's not where you go, it's who you travel with. And if you've ever traveled with someone who has their own agenda for any reason, and I will tell you that when I was originally looking at websites about travel in Bali, there was, again, as I had mentioned in the previous video, a little bit of fear component in there because talked about single ladies especially and being hit on by the drivers. And I didn't have any concern that way. It was just so much fun, and literally people that I was eager and am eager to keep in touch with, and I do right now. So just so you know that there is that feeling that people could get into, and you know that this can happen in North America too, that you can get a driver, a cab driver, any driver that is not so straightforward. So maybe they take you a much longer route than you need to go and you're paying for the time that they're driving you. Or maybe they're really not conversational, or maybe they listen to music that you don't like. And I can tell you all of those things were not how these people were with me. Now, you might want someone who's quieter. And I suspect that either of the people that I'm mentioning under this video, if I didn't want to talk, I have no doubt that they would have been fine not talking. And if I wanted to listen to different types of music, they were more than happy to play different music. So in that, windows open, windows down, that sort of idea. And you know, when you're in a hot climate that we're not used to in North America, sometimes we want windows down, but it's so nice when the driver that you're with is saying, I'm keeping these windows closed, but I'm turning on the air conditioning. And this is how both of these drivers were. They were so attentive to, are you comfortable? Are you comfortable? And if I got too cool, because I actually like it more warm than cool, then they were happy to turn off the air conditioner for me if I needed to. So in that way, and these are simple things, which you could ask any driver, right? But to know that you're traveling with someone who's kind of fun and who is easy to get along with and also able to pick you up when they say that they will. And this is very important because, again, when we use services for transportation around Bali, we can wait for them just like we will in North America. And there are certain people that we can connect with that really are looking out for our needs. And I found that these two drivers really did that. I do know that no matter who I traveled with, they gave me their card and said, oh, call me when you're leaving this place, or call me if you need to go somewhere. And these are the two people that I reached out to regularly because it was just so comfortable. So no matter how many cards I was gathering from different drivers, if I had a choice, I was always reaching out for these two people. So when I didn't have a choice, by the way, it was because of an emergency that has come up or some change in my own plans. So just so you know, have a couple of names, have a couple of connections for yourself to be able to be driven around if you're going to be using cab or bike service. And I know that you're going to have a great time if you're with the right person, with the right people, the people that make it fun for you rather than stuck in their own thoughts or worries or concerns or biases or opinions. And I really found that these two people were fantastic. And again, I'm not getting any sort of income from telling you this. I just really want to make sure that you know that who you travel with matters. And that's both in our lives without travel and in our lives in times of travel. So I wish you a fantastic day ahead. I hope that you will, for 5 minutes, maybe just think about who you travel with in life today, where you are right here, right now. And are you choosing carefully? Because how they are is going to reflect on how you feel. So, and how you feel will reflect on who you choose to travel with. I wish you safe travels. I wish you a fantastic day ahead. And I hope you know, transform your mind and transform your life. Enjoy Bali if you go.